As always, we're happy. As always, we're happy to be here, and those of you who following this briefing across the country, in the counties on national and local radio stations, and through various national and local radio stations, and through various social media platforms, we like to democratic dividend and democracy as forms. We like to democratic dividend and democracy, as well as good governance, public health, food security, energy, and Africa's governance, public health, food security, energy, and Africa's long-term development agenda, as you know, is called Africa 2063. Development agenda, as you know, is called Africa 2063. Role in shaping global governance. For our president, that is very important, and as member of the United Nations, but also more prominently as Liberia took on her role as a non-permanent for a long time, really taking standards to key prominent. The Liberia Standards Authority Quality Laboratory, which represents a significant step in Republic of Congo, forgive me for the tongue-twisting names, Ambassador Alberto Ephraim Castilla Padilla of the Coordinating Committee to enhance oversight and efficacy. Because for our president, his interest is to really ensure that this coordinating team, Yanu, they were both appointed they were both appointed as where they will support good governance and academic excellence. And the president, again, has urged all his appointees. He described Reverend Jackson as a towering figure in the struggle whose lifelong advocacy inspired millions around the world, including Liberians as well. Thank you and good afternoon. Moses.
Thank you, Madam Press Secretary. My name is Mo.
For any candidate in the Benin election, and if so, why is Liberia moving in that direction? Third, there is a letter circulating on social media. I don't know whether that has come to it.
Okay, thank you. So firstly, as to why the push behind the diplomatic mission gathering this evening, for the president, when he became elected and he became president, and to really see what they've been able to do. But also this meeting is not just with them, but also inclusive of the cabinet, is a way, as well as the international conversation, reform within the United Nations. What kind of reforms? For example, Liberia has been a long-standing, in fact, Liberia is a founding member of the United Nations. There are countries within Africa can have a stronger voice at the level of the United Nations. And for him, the foreign ministry and all our partners, especially the African continent, after of different engagement he's had. There have been, this is the second time now, the year of annual return. They've done a number of different initiatives. So absolutely the conversation around diaspora life as is really a lot. You know, the diaspora have been doing a lot. And more importantly, this year and the year before, you've seen a lot of persons coming to Liberia.
Objectives. And the reason here is, I mean, I could put it in 2-4 and maybe arrange
28 over 100, just marginal increment according to the CPR report. But on the CPR report, perhaps it will be different. Jesus.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I will start with Anthony's question. Role on the United Nations Security. Anthony's question. Role on the United Nations Security Council. And when ECOWAS reached out, you share your views and you share your thoughts and you engage, and you'll be able to garner engage, and you'll be able to garner, because there will be times that Liberia will need votes again from ECOWAS, from Benin, and from others. That Liberia will need votes again from ECOWAS, from Benin, and from others. So your action institutions, especially the institutions, the ministries and agencies or MAC, will they all have laws as students during activities they come together, as students during activities they come together, to volunteer and do those things, be security, guide vehicles and manage crowds and all of that. And I know statement or in my piece, crowds and all of that. And I know statement or in my piece, and they've been doing just voluntary activities in their communities when it comes to doing just voluntary activities in their communities when it comes to the different things. So I didn't, in fact, even the name was so. I didn't, in fact, even the name was because I didn't normally, there's some commentaries about, me distant commentaries about, me distancing or speaking against the Ministry of Justice. Of course not. If you read the piece, speaking against the Ministry of Justice, of course not. If you read the piece, in fact, I didn't even know that Ministry of Justice before, because if they've been here this long, people will know what they do. Have there been any issue? People will know what they do. Have there been any issues relating to crime connected to them, or terrorism, or rebel group? My dad during the crisis used to hide himself under the bed, and my mom was the only one who will go out, try to understand him. Any more questions?
Just a follow-up.
Yes.
Who did not know that
It's there, and other laws are there. The naturalization, everything is there. But we have to, especially we duty bearers, we have to be discerning on sometimes. Question? Yes, front page. Lester.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Webster Clay, and I write for Front Page African newspaper. On several occasions, the president has news.
Say that again? Is the president
Is
the
the
last
president bothered?
Oh, bothered.
Bothered about
Okay.
such
Okay.
news?
Okay. I didn't hear that.
Thank you.
Again, the president have done extremely well in appointing women to key leadership position. For example, standing here, the first woman press secretary in the entirety of Liberia's history, the first minister of national defense as a female. He's appointed key cabinet resign. I think we should accept the fact that she was able to, someone would say muster the courage to resign, and was able to, someone would say muster the courage to resign. And I mean, for her, that she could leave.
Especially when the protesters were being taken into custody. A lot of people are frowning at the images. They saw the way the protesters were being treated by the police and all of that.
And I think the police, either they're supposed to be giving some update to His Excellency the President on what specifically happened there. But what I can say to that, some police officers were injured. And in that kind of situation, the police used her discretion in how to, arrest or exercise full briefing as to what specifically transpired. But in the wisdom of the police, I think they decided how to bring that particular situation under control, especially if they too were under attack.
I understand, ma'am.
So one of the other things, especially as journalists and people interested in the news, is to tell the full story. So yes, images will be at the end of an activity. Images of the handling, of the aftermath of the protest is what's trending. So it means there's a deliberate attempt to forget about the actual beginning, the middle, and all the things, even the videos of what transpired. And this is all of the police. And we have to keep emphasizing this over and over. If you're protesting, of course, you have your right to protest. You have your right to disagree. Citizen, you're a protester. Let us really work with the police, provide restraint, because at the end of the day, even if you're protesting, the resolution will come at the table. So no matter what you do, people will have other things to say. No matter how well you develop the country, people will have some things, what the situation is. Again, if there are any citizen who got wounded, it is not the interest of the president for any harm to happen to any citizens, but also, please, let us react or work together 6 of them, or even more, I'm told even more. So they won't be able to go there. They have to go and get treated. So the 6 other people who are supposed to be assigned somewhere else, they have to go and deploy them there. Or they even have to add more securities. And of course, citizens who are injured, we pray that there's no,